No. That's fantastic. Is that Johnny Clements from GTA? Oh, those are all the GTA 4 fucking protagonists. All right, guys. Welcome to the 54 podcast. We got Chase.
Is this our intro? Hell yeah. Are we doing the intro now?
Yeah, this is the intro now. Welcome to the 54 podcast.
Live from New York.
Live from New York.
It's unfortunately us.
It is unfortunately us.
Oh, their face.
Drop something tomorrow. I'm adjusting tonight. I'm gonna be posting them on SoundCloud.
On SoundCloud, he's doing it on SoundCloud.
Are you making fun of yourself?
Yeah, yeah.
So now today we got Chase Fry, Jacob Thurman, Jon Suarez, and Patrick Cobos.
Oh.
And me, I guess. So, what is up, guys?
When are we doing the intro music?
We actually don't do it anymore. I added in post.
Do the guitar with my voice. You don't do the intro music? Why don't we do the intro music anymore?
I do the intro music after I record it. I add it in.
Why? Because I keep talking through
Because you're a piece of shit.
I know, that's why I was sitting here to wait to be a piece of shit.
Yeah, you don't get to do that anymore.
Jacob's actually going to sing us his own intro.
I already had.
No, do it again.
Do it again?
Yeah.
Do it again, Jacob.
We're doing it. The 54 podcast. And then now we're in the podcast.
Fantastic.
Here you go.
Your kid.
Unretouched Sematic.
Unretouched tomato. I don't understand what a somatic is.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I don't get that.
It looked like a. It looked.
I
Like
don't
a
know,
three-way
man. It
diatom.
just looked cool. It just looked really
No, man. But look at it. It's funny. All right. So we're kind of in this episode. We're kind of interviewing Jonathan today. He's got a lot of music he's putting out. He's working on and things that he's ambitious about. So we're gonna be talking to him about that for about 20 minutes, and then we're just gonna fuck around for an hour. So I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to talk about it for 22 minutes.
Bro,
Rules of structure.
that's fine.
Maybe you don't control me.
I control you.
No, you don't. You think you control me? What am I doing right now?
You're waving your hands around the air.
You're not making me do that. I'm doing that on my own will.
I made you do that.
You're God because I do things in my volition.
What if Joseph is actually God?
And you don't realize that he's making.
I would be so fucking mad if you were God and I wasn't.
I might be. I actually made you think that you had the free will to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
That's what I was just telling him.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
sometimes I'll go turn the volume up or down on the television because we don't have a remote, so I have to someone has to get up and do it. So I do it, obviously.
Like the old days.
And Chase thinks he's God because he's like, oh, I wanted you to turn up the TV, and I went.
I've already talked to Joseph
guys
and
want me to buy you
about
a
my
remote?
Oh, have you?
Yeah, this is a.
I'm sure you all have your own. Yeah.
Chase has already told us how much of a piece of shit.
Yeah,
he is.
I'm sure I didn't have to explain
I'm
it
not
to
a
you
piece
guys.
of shit. I
forgot.
might just be God. Is that so bad?
I think, John, didn't you say you were God yesterday or something like that? Are there 3 gods in this video call?
Do you think you're God?
We're
all playground, 3 o'clock. Be there or be square.
What's that?
Yeah, you guys. Look, it's 11:11, guys. It's a good sign.
Middle school.
You know,
Let's see.
I'm not even gonna get into what it means, but yeah. But it's good.
Tell me about your music, man. Tell me what you got coming up.
I've recorded a couple of tracks from years prior, last year. A couple of songs that I'm gonna be remastering so that I can re-release on like Spotify and other streaming platforms like Apple Music, Tidal, Pornhub,
Shit like that. Yeah, I mean, put
you
yourself
know,
out there, man.
Yeah. So there's that. Joseph, I'm actually gonna be doing shit with you, doing stuff with you, like music videos and stuff. So Chase, it sucks that you can't be here, to provide comedic relief because
Well, he is here right now.
Well, now, but he's not gonna be able to be
Now.
But shut the fuck up. But he's not gonna be there when we need the really really tall guy with the thing.
With the thing? Yeah, he's very specific.
The overhead mic, yeah, that you know what I'm talking about.
I feel you.
I'll mail you one of my pubes and it'll give you strength. You can rub it on yourself whenever you're missing me.
I'm just actually just gonna tape it to my cheeks so I could wear it as a beard.
Yeah, well,
Do they curl up
it's
or-
not going to look like a very good beard. It's measly.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
Well, I'll just
Oh,
put a
God.
moisturizer on it so we can make it work. So.
Which some of the songs that you're going to be putting up are some of the songs we've heard in the studio before. Like Chase, you've heard some of his songs before. He's played them for you, right? Like about 1,000 times.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm telling you, I need opinions to make sure that things are worth being released.
right.
But yeah, I mean, the thing with music and the thing with everything that I've been going through the past year, the past couple of years, like I've been making music since I was 11, or trying. I've never really had the opportunity to record up until senior year high school, junior year high school. But since then, I've been able to progress myself in terms of being an engineer because I also do audio engineering outside of making my own music, and it's been giving me enough time to kind of take creative control of my own music, understand what I need when I'm in my recording process, and be able to kind of branch out to other people too because everybody's a rapper, everybody's a singer.
Chase, rap for us.
Yes, Chase.
Don't want that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like break out the Spanish rap from Community.
Yeah. Está la biblioteca.
Me llamo T-Bone, la araña discoteca.
Yeah. So
Jonathan, you move studios, right?
yeah. I had my internship with somebody who I'm not gonna pronounce his name or anything, or not pronounce his name, but I'm not gonna say his name out of respect. But I had a studio on 29th Street that I was interning for.
Over here in New Jersey, for people listening not in the United States.
In New Jersey, Union City. I was about to say Union City Street. In Union City, to be particular. And then we had moved to Jersey City, so they're in Jersey City now. But me, I have my own equipment, my own microphone, my own interface, my own laptop. I have my own things now, so I'm just gonna try to make those things work for myself. And
They have.
honestly, yeah. And I've been able to record my own music with what I have. Like I even have my own speakers and stuff. And roughly, I've invested about $4,000 into everything that I've owned. And it's slow and steady progress. But everybody wishes that the progress could be more sped up, and honestly, that's why I'm hosting sessions and having other rappers come to my apartment or to my own studio space. Well, I feel like I could set up a studio space anywhere. Honestly, we can do it in a hotel room. We could do it in not in the bathroom, but we could do it in a hotel room. We could do it in the middle of the street if we really wanted to. It'd be a little difficult.
You're mobile,
because of
I know,
the
I feel
acoustics
you.
and stuff. Yeah,
I got you.
So would you say your music making experience now is more productive than it was in the old studio?
No.
Just like still sit around and just like fuck around, like watching YouTube videos and shit.
I mean, come on, it's just.
No, but I would say it's made me want to work harder and branch out. Part of being in that space was the fact that there was tens of thousands of dollars put into the equipment that I was using, so I was taking full advantage of that while hosting sessions and also recording my own music. And it made recording easier, but ultimately recording and engineering comes down to the engineer, in my case, and what they're able to do with the audio that they receive. Of course, any engineer would want somebody, or just not even somebody, but just a place that is able to not have too much echoes, not too much have too much shit that's going to be going into our microphones, because the microphones are ultimately the most sensitive part of the entire recording thing, because they're taking in vibrations and noise and stuff like that. So yeah, but if I were to decide to stay where I am right now or go back, I would definitely go back in a heartbeat. So
That's fair. I was just gonna ask, man, have you decided on a stage name or anything of that magnitude yet?
I'm going by John Suarez for now. Barring Balenciaga doesn't sue me. So if that takes off and I don't get sued, then I'll just keep the name. But,
Man, I've been telling you should just go for Jon, just John. I know it's a common name, but like you could make it, you can give it a different connotation. I don't. I like the John thing, but you gotta have real balls to pull it off.
Yeah, like you got like Drake, Russ,
Prince,
Lady
shit
Gaga.
like that.
Lady Gaga.
That's a good example, actually.
I might just do Princess.
I mean, you could, definitely, but I mean, trabajando. All right, but yeah, no. So like, I mean, you got time to decide, I would say. But I definitely want to. I think I'm seeing progress in you. I'm seeing progress in everybody on this call, honestly.
Yeah.
So I mean, I hope we get to collaborate as well, like soon, like you and I. But Chase, you should be on one of his songs, dude. You should be in the background.
Yeah, I'll spit a few bars, as they call them.
Yeah, Jacob, you can hop on that too.
Yeah, honestly, what I might want from you guys, man, is just send me a voicemail, and
Yeah,
I get you. Yeah,
we make that work. I'll put it right next to the microphone. And
John, didn't you make a joke track with Chase's vocals like once? Didn't he get in the booth? I remember.
Oh my god, I think I still have that. Oh,
Yeah. Chase got in like the recording booth, Jacob. I don't know if you know this. He got in the booth and he recorded just some dumb shit.
yeah.
He recorded some.
I was so high.
Yeah, be high as fucking recording.
I remember I couldn't even figure out how to work the fucking door.
Oh my god. It was the greatest piece of audio I've ever recorded. I'll let you know that right now.
It was. Dude. No, he mixed it in front of us.
It was from the heart, is what it was.
Yes.
I think you said the word pigeon like 4 times.
Hey, you know what's the best thing that rhymes with pigeon?
What?
Pigeon.
That is true.
Yeah.
I can't think of a word that rhymes better, with pigeon than pigeon, man. It's
Nothing. That's why I said it 4 times. It's 4 perfect rhymes.
True genius.
Yeah.
That's true genius right there.
Your IQ is just, it's 180, man,
Jacob and Chase are having a romantic stare down right now.
Yeah, you guys look like a romantic couple. I actually really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's the mood lighting, dude. We're out here in this beautiful look. We've got the individual lights.
On the porch, fantastic. Yeah, you don't have a lighting issue at all.
Yes.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's very spread out. But no, Jonathan.
What's up?
So it's cool that I'm talking to you on here tonight because I'm actually I'm preparing to go to school for audio engineering, actually, and I'm a musician. And I've never heard any of your music, so I'd love to hear it.
I'll send you some links, and I'll send you a couple
I'll have like Chase send Joseph my number or something.
Yeah. You guys should
one thing I will let you
link up.
One thing I will let you know. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. I was just kind of freezing for a sec.
Yeah, you good.
But yeah, one thing I will let you know when it comes to going to school for this, I will emphasize learn EQ. EQ is the most important thing that I feel like you can learn, because every recording is different from one another, so you have to EQ them differently.
Okay.
But on the flip side of that too, I will say try to keep your individuality, because they're gonna try to teach you how to.
Yeah. No, I'm really just going for like because I've done some of my own like home recording stuff. I don't have it here at this house because I just moved into this house, but I was living in Arkansas for the last 2 years, and I got my own. I had just a simple Mac setup. I bought an Akai keyboard thing for my computer, and it came with some free software. So I downloaded the software. I think I was using Wobble.
Right.
And I just kind of like fucked around because my cousins were all kind of musically inclined. So my cousin would sing, I'd play piano or guitar, and my cousin would drum, and we'd record it all live. Like, we didn't really do much with like the beats and technology. We recorded everything with a mic live and messed around with it on the computer with effects and stuff.
I respect that, honestly. It takes like I do everything digitally. So
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. I don't have that digital experience, and that's kind of what I want to go to school for, is to learn. Like, I just want to learn how to really operate it. You know?
Well, shit, you can learn that off of YouTube, bro. Look,
No, I know.
The majority of the shit that I learned has been through watching other engineers do what they do, and also like just learn shit off of YouTube.
No, I definitely plan to learn a ton of stuff like on my own. But the main reason I'm going to school for it is because all audio engineering technician degrees require that you intern for a year at a major, like at a recording studio of some kind, of some renown. And I really I'm doing it more for connections.
No, that's the smart way to go about it.
Yeah,
because what I've learned is when you network in these things, your name is spread out more.
Exactly.
One thing I will say to you is learn how to take somebody who's famous or somebody who's big, learn what their issues are, and learn how to make their life easier.
Yeah, okay.
They're gonna want to put you somewhere, because you're gonna be useful for them. They're gonna be like, oh, this person is doing this for me. Like, it's making my life easier so that I can focus on the actual shit that I have to get done, like recording people, like engineering the session, like doing all of this other shit. Yeah, you're eventually gonna be put in a position where you're gonna start learning from said person if they want to teach you.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's all come down to prove your worth. Yeah, you just have to prove your worth. And honestly, man, if you believe in yourself, that belief in yourself will in turn get you. You know,
I don't like to sound cocky or anything, but I definitely think I'm like pretty musically inclined, and really all I'm lacking is that technical skill to use the software and really bring out the.
You two are the most musically inclined people I know. Jonathan and Jacob. J-Names, dude.
J-Names.
Where's your music,
My stepdad
Joseph?
calls me J-Bird. Maybe that'll be my producer name.
I only ever made one song, and it's gone because my iPad deleted it.
You made a song?
What about the
years ago?
I heard it. Yes.
You made
No. That was like a theme that I did, like an homage.
Joseph was like a man with no spirit.
Joseph is a fucking robot, dude.
He made music.
He's a ones and zeros guy.
Yeah.
So if he's making music, it's something else.
I would love to hear it.
I lost that file.
It's like that
no,
robot.
it was like a pop piano, very piano heavy song, but I don't know what the fuck happened to it.
I can see that piano is very mathematical.
Yeah. That's so cool, Joseph. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. That was from years ago though, and I made it on GarageBand. So I mean,
well, you got to start somewhere.
That's where I started to do with the back. Yeah.
Man, I wish I still had it. I would play it, but yeah, no, I lost it. The only thing that John heard from me is I made like an homage to the Dragnet theme, like that old detective show from like the 50s and 60s. But like it just I didn't do anything creative with it. I just basically copied the fucking theme verbatim. So you know.
Jesus Christ.
What?
So then you just illegally downloaded a song note by note.
The only thing I did was I modernized the instruments. I modernized the audio.
You downloaded a song note by note.
No. I figured out how to play it just by ear, and then I used the audio.
Piracy, the most advanced piracy.
And I just changed the tones and tried to make it sound more modern, like something that would be, because it's a French horn, so it's very iconic. It's an iconic theme. I can't change it too much.
One thing I will finish off with saying with music and shit in general is there's no right or wrong way to do music. It's what you're feeling, and the thing that feels better is always gonna sound better than what sounds better. You get me? It's always gonna be better because it feels better, and the feeling that you want to give off to the people who are listening to your music is not what sounds better, but what feels better, because that's what in turn is gonna make them, fucking train. It's gonna make them want to actually like listen to what you make, and it's gonna make them come back for more because they're gonna feel what you feel.
Yeah, like.
And
go ahead. Sorry,
that's literally all I was gonna say.
All right. But yeah, like when you listen to a song and they say a line and you're like, man, like I think that all the time, and it like resonates with you. I always end up listening to artists like that more than something where I'm just like, I like the beat.
Well, what I do when I'm making music primarily is I look for moments in a song, and I try to make those songs, especially in the engineering aspect. I try to make that part of like that moment of that song the best feeling. Because my favorite thing that I like to do when I'm coming back home from like a party or something is I like walking back home with my headphones on and listening to music, because I listen to music for certain moments. And if I could recreate that with my own music and I'm listening to my own music, I'm home after a long night of drinking or whatever.
I get that.
Like that is what motivates me to make music. You know?
I get that. I really get that actually. Yeah.
So again, go for that. Go for what when you're alone and you're listening to whatever's in your headphones, and you could listen to yourself and be like, yes, like this is what I was trying to capture. Like that within itself is more rewarding than 100,000 people listening to your thing because because it's cool or because it's on like it's poppy. Like Mm-hmm. I would rather have 10 devout followers than 100 people who are like high and by.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's
that.
No, that makes sense. It's actually Jacob. I didn't know that you were going into audio engineering, so this is actually a very coincidental just pair up that we got. Which is nice.
See, because like I said, they're the most musically inclined people I know, and I never put it together in my mind. Like that's what happens when you go through life blasted. Your brain doesn't work as quick.
Well, was that last part?
That's why he said that's why you shouldn't go through life blasted.
I thought he said you shouldn't go through the life of plastic.
No.
It doesn't.
No,
sound
you
very
shouldn't
fantastic.
be plastic either.
Yeah, that's
you'll end up in the ocean choking some turtle out.
My point being, I didn't even know you guys were musically inclined. Like I knew you were obviously, but I didn't know both of you were, or Jacob, you were. So it's nice to see you guys.
We're watching the making of a great duo here.
Oh, yeah, God.
Dude. I mean,
man, I might ask you to make a beat for me and shit.
What genre
I don't
do you?
make beat, by the way. I only do like vocals and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I can master a full out song, but it's from what I know thus far, and I'm still learning. So that's my main priority, just learning and learning and learning.
I have like no vocals, and I'm all straight music, like instruments. I can play give me like 20 minutes with anything and I can figure something out.
Hey man, I just need a guitar solo.
Yeah.
What's your preferred genre of music, Jacob? Like what is it that you like to make or listen to?
Oh, that is so so when I was living in Arkansas, I made some rap beats and stuff, and I even rapped on one. It was pretty white. But no, I'm totally rock and roll down to my roots. But I can also I fuck with it all, dude. I fuck with it all. I was actually playing something on the guitar the other day, and I was like, "That's a rap beat right there." And I was just playing it on an acoustic guitar, and I was just like,
"That's cool, though, dude."
Figure some way to put it on something else.
Malone vibes.
You're getting Post Malone vibes from Jacob.
Yeah, just from that description.
They used to call. So I actually used to have hair that was past my shoulders.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bun. Mm-hmm. And I had a big shaggy beard, and they called me Posty in Arkansas because they said I reminded them of Post Malone.
Yo, you got a stage name now.
You know how I call Wilson Indian?
Yeah.
I call Jacob Mongolian.
I'm apparently Mongolian.
Dude, you're not. You're white as shit. What are you talking about, Mongolian?
You don't see You don't see a little bit of Genghis Khan in him?
No, just the hair. Are you generalizing?
You're not seeing him directly. You're seeing him through a screen.
Are you being racist?
No, I'm not being racist.
I'm white, so
First
clearly
of all,
not.
Who discriminates against Mongolians? When
Nobody.
was the last time someone got in trouble for discriminating against a Mongolian person?
I want no parts of this conversation.
I mean, that's fair.
The only ethnic one here.
But no, I mean, Patrick's not. There's more than one ethnic person in this group, I think, right?
I mean, yeah.
Well,
I'm white, but I'm Hispanic.
I'm just. If you look at a globe, that's me.
What does that mean?
Basically, just a little bit of everything from every country ever. My ancestry list is like really fucking long.
Oh, you meant like the planet. I thought you meant like a snow globe.
No.
Yeah, I thought you meant a snow globe too.
Yeah. I was like, look at a snow globe. That's me.
No.
What does that mean?
No.
I thought he burned
I'm like
himself.
a genetic salad.
You're a genetic salad?
I'm a genetic salad.
Nice. What is Jacob? What are you laughing at?
Sorry, Chase.
I said I thought Patrick burned himself by calling himself a snow globe.
Yeah, I thought he did too, dude.
Is that an original Bob Ross?
No, that's just a forest of some kind.
It looks like
I
Bob
would
Ross
pay
made it.
so much money for an original Bob Ross.
I mean, look it up on eBay. Somebody find out if they actually exist.
If what?
If like an original Bob Ross
Well,
exists.
they have to exist because
I
he did
saw
them.
him paint
No, but
them.
exist
Yes,
for
he did
sale.
them.
I mean, like you one that you can buy.
Wait. An original Bob Ross what?
Painting.
Painting.
What I mean, I don't know what else. What are the
Left
products?
hand. His original left hand.
I would murder
Yeah, you can just buy
1,000
them.
baby deer.
This one's $17,000.
You'd only kill
So
1,000?
there's an original signed Bob Ross oil painting for Chase.
$17,199
There's an original Bob Ross signed painting for $17,199
right now.
That's it?
right now. Yeah.
Plus 175 shipping.
Wait.
You see that chick on TikTok that sold her painting for like $40,000 or whatever?
Yes, that's the shit I was just
Yeah.
trying to get in reference
Bob
to, bro.
Ross isn't even worth that much.
That's way
Yo,
too
but
much.
that's how we cheat the system, guys. We gotta just start, just throwing paint on canvases and just making it work, man. And just
This chick
throwing it.
rubbed her fucking nipples all over a canvas and sold it for $40,000.
Only?
And
Dude,
Bob,
I'm surprised
and
some
Bob Ross
creepy
put
Asian dude
fucking
didn't.
effort into it, and we're only selling his for $18.
Did you see
And
that
he's-
banana that sold for like $100,000?
What? Yeah, what the hell?
Somebody taped a banana to a white piece of canvas and called it a piece of art, and they sold it sold at auction for $1 million, and they said that the banana is replaceable. Like the dude literally went up, took the banana
Shut
off,
hell
and
up.
ate
That
it.
is art. That's art, dude.
Oh, so he just bought a blank canvas.
Listen, man. Art is a moment in time.
No, I feel you. I just thought it was funny that the dude went up to the fucking banana, ate it, and then by the way, you can replace it, and then immediately replace it with a new banana, and it was still worth $100,000.
Yeah, that's art. Jacob.
That's fantastic.
That's art.
Tape on canvas.
I would love to have like that much money to just buy a blank canvas with a banana on it.
Yeah.
If I had $100,000, I'd pour very expensive alcohol on very poor people.
What? Seems legit.
Just go to. Why? Why would you do that?
Haha, I'm better than you! Haha!
I'm
He's
stronger.
got 2 hands up.
I'm
It's
more
not like
powerful.
a bottle. It's like a fucking barrel.
Yeah, no, I'm getting a lot on him.
You know,
Get
light
a
them
dump
on
truck
fire
full of fucking Hennessy, and just
Penny XO.
E&J.
yeah. That's
No, it's
fantastic.
not.
So Chase, how's the comedy game been treating you?
How's the comedy? Well, when they open up a fucking comedy club, I'll let you know.
Have you written any sets or any bits at all?
Yeah, I've been writing sets every goddamn day. I've got like 4 hours of material.
You should perform it. That means you got a special going on in there, dude.
Yeah, I've got
actually-
1,000 goddamn specials going on.
No, you know, you could
Start my
actually
own
like do.
streaming service and fill it with specials.
Just you.
No, what you could do is like you can do like a live stream and have that as your comedy special. You can like spread the
No,
word out.
nobody's gonna watch
It's not the same. How dare you?
Huh?
It's not the same. How dare you?
Well, I mean, you could do it as like a charity thing.
Patrick, you've
Charity to who?
you've become quite militant on your Instagram.
Yeah, he has. Actually, you know what's funny? His own girlfriend called him out in the car. She's like, somebody said that COVID was a myth, and I had to control him. Thank God I was there. Like, literally said that Patrick has a problem. Like he'll just debate people on shit if he.
Well, okay,
no, he's a militant, dude. He's gonna start his own
He was going off
gorilla
saying that, like, I don't think COVID kills people. It's just, like their immune system or something else.
Yeah.
It's like,
And she had to control you.
When, like, a couple million people around the world have just fucking dropped dead from the same, What
were you gonna say, Chase?
Hey, yo, there's like a dozen other diseases doing that same shit.
COVID was created by Zoom to sell their products.
Yeah.
Wait. You guys know who you guys know who Nathan Fielder is, or Nathan Felder, whatever his name is?
Yeah.
The name sounds familiar, but I can't.
Nathan For You.
Oh yeah, I love that guy. Nathan For You is hilarious.
They said he did a skit where he wanted to increase hand sanitizer sales. So he created a fake disease, and it ended up spreading like wildfire because it was an actual disease, and it was Corona.
Because Zoom fucking saw that episode and they went sold.
Yep.
And it worked, dude. They're like a really successful business now as a result.
Where the fuck was Zoom before coronavirus?
I didn't even know it existed. That name.
Until Corona happened. Yeah. I was hearing.
And my classes are on Zoom.
Right. Yeah, I remember hearing in like March, like April, like Zoom calls, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was me in the beginning too. I was like, what is that?
Like people can't just like go on fucking like Skype or some shit.
No, because I don't know why. Because they money. That's all. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. I don't know why.
I like this because we're not on Zoom, so we can talk shit about their services.
But we did use Zoom before. So
I like to shout out Meet Google.
Google Meets.
Yeah, there we go. I was just saying it.
Meet Google. That sounded like a meet and greet.
No.
I want Google.
You almost took your hair.
With my lips on fire. They would have called me Flame Lips on the street.
I would have called you dumbass.
Flame Lips.
Dude,
that's a good stage name, Flame Lips.
For what?
I'm for like right now.
Just like think about it. You're spitting
you
fire.
know what kind of lips they're talking about.
You're spitting fire.
So honestly, either one would be terrible.
And next to the stage, Flame Lips.
Yeah, because they spit fire, dude. That's why. You just call them Flame Lips.
Joseph, if Flame Lips was my rap name,
I
would jump out of this balcony.
That's the plan.
Maybe it's dumb enough that like it just might work.
Making
like,
a rap name because if it
Flame Lips will like.
Well, it's like Little Dicky,
blow you the fuck up. Everyone be like, "Yo, you heard Flame Lips?" Flame Lips.
You see, but Lil Dicky's actually memorable because it's funny.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Flame Lips is Hi, I'm Dave. Flame Lips is just something that like I would hear from like somebody who comes in, like an unknown who comes in for a studio session.
Flame Lips because at any point you could alternate between being a rapper and a stripper.
That's exactly why a rapper wouldn't want to use that name because it sounds like a stripper name, man. Like, you know how many diss records you'd get from that just alone? Like,
Flame Lips.
Yo, Flame.
Yeah, well, instead of 2 phones, you could write 2 careers: rapper and stripper.
That works out. John, you should look into it.
One for the rap and one for the stripping.
I've always considered like just getting really like in shape and like ripped and like really brolic and stuff.
Yeah.
Just to do that, man. Just to be a stripper. I was really considering it at a point, but yeah, man, that's too much dedication for me. I'd rather just rap, bro.
Yo guys, Patrick is leaving.
I have work tomorrow.
Like he's leaving the podcast forever. He's gonna go die, I think.
Patrick, come out here before you leave.
Oh yeah, for people listening to this that don't know, Jonathan's sitting in my balcony. We're actually in the same exact place. He's just decided to.
You should have not said that.
Yeah, you should have kept that.
Because Jonathan's had this super mysterious, like you can only see half his face.
That's for people that are watching on the YouTube stream, but for the people on Spotify, they can't fucking tell where he is at all.
Like I think I can like what is behind him? Like I can't even tell what's back there.
It's a pot
looks like
hanging
it's
from a hook.
Fucking green screen.
Looks like bird feed up later.
See ya, Patrick.
Wait! Tell him that
he says to go see him in the balcony. Okay. Before you go, close my fucking door.
Tell me what to do.
Fuck.
So, how far do you think you could just kick a baby? If it wasn't morally wrong,
If it wasn't,
how far do you think you could?
I'm not a part of this conversation.
I knew this kid named Connor who, like, in elementary school, like 4th grade, could kick the soccer ball all the way across the soccer field, like past the goal.
Yeah.
I could never do that, but, like, I'm just saying, like,
probably that far, right?
He could probably kick a baby that
Could
far.
you launch a baby into the atmosphere like that?
No. You realize... Actually, never mind. I was going to say, you realize how far that is, but the atmosphere is actually not that far away.
Yeah.
It's like 30 miles.
But...
Not that far.
That's still a far way to kick a baby.
No, yeah. I don't think anybody could kick anything 35 miles.
So wait, Joseph, how far can you kick a baby at full force?
At full force?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. It depends on the baby. Like, are they a 7-pound baby, 12-pound baby?
No, newborn.
Newborns are like 7 pounds.
No, 8.1 pounds.
Hey, so I would love to sit down and talk about kicking. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. I got things I got to do tomorrow. I have an early thing to do. I'm actually going to be leaving with Patrick, so I'll be seeing y'all. But yeah, my Instagram handle is Jalenciaga. Yeah. SoundCloud Jalenciaga. Spotify Jalenciaga. Again, if you don't know how to spell that, just sound it out. I guarantee you, I'll be there.
John without an H, people, just so you're aware.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'll just spell it for you. J as in Jonathan. ONLENCIAGA. I hope I spelled that right. Actually. CIAGA. There you go. Yeah. All right. So let me
just put Balenciaga. Just change it with John.
Yeah, Balenciaga, but just replace the "b" with John. Again, Balenciaga, please don't sue me. Just shoot me a letter saying we don't want you using my name, and I'll stop. All right. Love you guys. Peace and prosperity to all of you guys. Chase, I love you. I'm sorry, I forgot your name, dude. Joseph.
Jacob.
Jacob, I love you.
He's Joseph.
Jacob, I love you. We should talk soon so we can do music. And Joseph, you're my favorite person as of like the 25th of June. So.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's not so specific.
As of June 25th, you are my favorite person.
When do I become your favorite person?
When Joseph dies.
I'll fucking kill him, dude. I'll get him out of the goddamn picture. I don't give a shit.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all. All right.
Leave my headphones on the fucking living room.
Yeah.
See you,
Peace
bro.
out, guys.
See you. All right, so now it's just you and me.
And me.
Chase. Who are you again, Jacob?
Dude, Jonathan is a fucking businessman, man.
Yeah,
that's what I respect about him. He's about his hustle.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. But he pulled it off. What'd you think of him, Jacob? Since it's the first time meeting him.
No, he seems serious.
Not even how do you...
Yeah, he's like, he can hear me, but like I'm straight, I'm real. He seems serious, like, you know, dedicated, and educated, not trying to make rhymes or nothing. But
see, you talked to Jonathan for like 10 minutes and you're already rapping.
No, but he seems to like know about his craft, which is important, and he seems committed to it, which is even more important.
Right. No, I agree with you. I've known John for about 2 years now, and like I remember like him working in the studio and seeing him just pull together songs, especially his own music. You know, like it shows like dedication. That's what I like. So
I know. I felt so lazy in the studio with Jonathan because he'd be sitting there like making music, and we'd be sitting there like getting high or something.
Yeah, we'd just be smoking. Like, you'd get in the booth high and make a fucking song.
Yeah, like acting like assholes, and Jonathan's like actually putting stuff to paper.
Yeah, I know. He's really fucking dedicated. He actually recently wrote himself a check for like I think $1 million, and he put it on his wall to like motivate him that by next year he'd be able to accomplish that as well. What's up, John? So you know,
We're talking about your goals and your future.
He can't hear you.
Can I just take
We as people believe in you.
What happened?
Oh,
Can I just take
yes?
No, you can't take that.
I'll
No.
bring it back to you next time I see you.
No, leave it. Put it back, or I will kick your ass. I'm being 100% serious.
Dude, if you and Patrick started
No.
fighting right now, that would get so many views.
Oh, yeah.
I know it would, right?
Do it.
Oh, and you also have a purple
You have a
thing.
Nissan toy truck, dude? Really?
Yeah, I have an old Nissan like car truck from when I was a kid.
You got the whip?
The Wii?
Do eat. You got everything, buddy?
Yeah.
Alright, what's your address, bro?
2000.
See ya. All right, back to it then.
Take care.
See you, man. So yeah, I don't know, man. I hope that we get a studio soon. I'm probably gonna, once I move out officially and I got my own little place, we're gonna have a studio space to work in, and we could actually, do the podcast in person whenever you visit and shit like that.
How's the apartment hunt coming?
It's going pretty good right now. I'm actually looking at a place in Hackensack, believe it or not. That's of
Whoa.
high interest.
Hackensack?
Yeah, Hackensack.
Hackensack.
You never heard of that
You
place?
never heard of Hackensack?
Hackensack?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you something cool about Hackensack later. I can't say on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
It's a native
You're gonna
name.
say it. Oh, I remember.
It's
Yeah.
what?
It's a native name. I'm not entirely
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
what it means.
there was the. I'm from Washington, and we had the Chinook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know there. Yeah, that's why it's named that. I'm not too I've never really visited the town so much. So like the day that I went to go check out the apartment was the day I really got familiar with it. But it's it's starting to bustle. Like they got new stuff coming in. Like new buildings are being built, new constructions all over the place. So if I buy a place there, like the value of that place is sooner go up.
Could you see yourself living there?
Yeah, I like it. I just don't like the. If I, honestly, there's.
I'm assuming this isn't in the city. Like it's not in the city.
No, it's
it's
Hackensack is
outside
farther west from where Manhattan is.
It's a
Are
weird.
you looking to get
Hackensack
out of
actually
the,
is a lot like, you know how this is not suburban, but it's also not city.
It's like Plano-ish.
Yeah, Hackensack's kind of like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's very like.
Are you
it
looking to
makes
get
sense.
out of like the city?
What's
Or
that?
are you even in the city? I don't even know where you live.
No, so
Are
I
you in
live
the-
where I live in on the New Jersey side. I live in North.
Give the
Bergen.
people your address and your social security
I
number.
got you. So yeah, I live on the New Jersey side in North Bergen. So I have the New York skyline in my view basically at all times. Like I'm not that far from the Hudson River.
Okay.
But Hackensack is farther west, so it's it's about 15 miles of where I am right now. So basically, you could still see the city, a couple buildings, but it's much
15
farther.
miles. So from what Chase tells me,
No, you are not 15
New
miles
Jersey
from
South
the
of it,
city.
yeah.
like,
I'm 15 miles south of Hackensack, roughly, and then
Oh, of Hackensack. I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
you were saying city.
no, of Hackensack.
no, but what Chase tells me is so it's basically like a 1.5, 2 hour drive across New Jersey.
Depends where if you're going if we're
Like,
going by
like
width.
from east to west.
From
From
east to west?
Pennsylvania to where you are, it's about an hour
from
and a
east to actually from where I am, because I'm not by the coast, but I am by Manhattan. So from this spot right here, if you drove all the way to the Delaware Water Gap, where New Jersey and Pennsylvania meet the Delaware River, that's straight. So that's only about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to.
Yeah.
Okay,
roughly.
so 15 minutes that way's, it's like
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
15 miles, or is it minutes or miles?
Miles.
15
So Hackensack, I'm a little farther south. So if you lined me up with Manhattan, I'd be around the southern section of Manhattan.
Yeah. So, but
if
so
you
like
lined up
15 miles
Hackensack,
is
if you
good.
lined up Hackensack with Manhattan, it's by Washington Heights, farther north.
Yeah.
So
What?
So 15 miles is a good distance there on that.
Yeah.
it is. The only
Miles is Hackensack's a pretty good
'Cause
ways
it's
away.
'cause
You
it's
have to go along across the marshlands, right?
right, yeah. Well, the marshlands are mostly in Secaucus, in the Meadowlands. You mean? Yeah. So that's mostly the Meadowlands are primarily a Secaucus thing, I guess. They're mostly identified with that area.
We're 20-ish miles from my mom's.
Oh, whoa, that's fucking trippy.
That's what I'm saying.
Holy
We just went to
shit,
my
okay.
mom's for dinner tonight, and it's like a 15-20 minute drive.
It's not a big
but
deal.
we're-
Yeah.
But we're technically 20 miles.
The only thing that makes it might make it a little bit longer of a drive or something of that nature is just the amount of density in terms of population around here.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, it roughly takes the same, like, on a good day. I mean, now with all the virus situations that are going on, getting there really was not an issue at all. But I know that, like, during rush hour on a typical work day, if everything goes back to normal, it's going to be hell.
Yeah, so, but okay, to be fair, there's a train, right? There's that New Jersey Transit train.
Yeah, you can take public transportation.
From Hackensack to the city.
Yeah.
Okay,
but there's not a train that goes from here to your
so it's Plano-ish. So it's still like
it's starting to like build up a lot. It's starting to become more city-ish. But
there's actually a train that goes. There's trains that go all over New Jersey.
Yeah. Okay.
Even to the like suburbs.
Really?
So, okay. Yeah, getting around, like you can go to South Jersey.
Very different.
I'm not used to the train life, but I honestly think I dig it. Like a train system.
Those New Jersey trains that go all over the state are so fucking cool.
See, I think I dig it. I'd like a train system here in Texas.
You guys are very dismissive.
If I could take a 2.5-hour train to Dallas, oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
Holy shit!
You guys, Joseph, are very dismissive of how cool trains are because you've grown up around them your entire life.
Yeah.
But remember how I was always tripping out about the trains?
Yeah, no, I know. I'm aware.
Yeah, I was always like, let's just get on and go somewhere.
To be fair, that train system.
Because there's no trains here. There's no like.
He's like that here too, though. We'll be in the car and we'll see a sign that says El Paso, which is 8 hours from us.
Right. And
he'll be like, and he'll just go, "Are we going to El Paso?" And I'm like, "No, Chase, we're not going to El Paso."
I understand how he is.
But I have a sense of wonderment and joy about life.
Listen,
you're right.
To be fair with you, though, those trains, like the ones that we take to get around New Jersey, I had never really used them I can't think of any recent memory where I've used them. I'm very used to the subway system in New York, which is vastly different from the kind of train system that we use to get around New Jersey.
Yeah, it is.
Because the subway system is more like this stop, and you just kind of sit on the side, and it feels like a very temporary like process. Whereas like sitting on the New Jersey trains, it's like you're in for that ride. You're going to be on that train for a bit.
I know. I'm for the train system, not necessarily the subway. Like, we don't need a subway. If there was a subway downtown, it would make the rest of downtown harder to navigate.
And I honestly don't like the New York subway.
Traffic. It wouldn't.
But yeah, to be fair, I honestly don't really like.
It would help people a lot. Like not having to drive to downtown would make such a big difference.
Right.
Like because my mom lives in Bernie, and Bernie is like the farthest east subdivision of San Antonio. It's 25 miles away, and my mom just lives like right there on the edge of San Antonio and Bernie. And if she could hop on a train in Bernie to downtown, drink, go to her concert, have fun with her friends, and bring a train back.
Yeah. No, it'd make things so much easier.
Yeah.
No, it would. I mean, and also we have like a trolley system here in the local area. We have the light rail.
Like buses.
No, not like this.
Oh.
No. Yeah, we have buses too, but like the light rail system is literally just a modernized trolley, and it looks like a little train.
It's a train on a fucking monorail.
No, yeah.
Not like this.
Not like this still?
No. It goes like between towns. Dallas just goes sort of around downtown.
Oh, so
this goes like you could take this.
So are you talking about like the ones they have in Japan where it goes from like prefect to prefect?
Yeah, sort of like that, but it's like on a shorter scale. So you know how like New Jersey is sort of condensed on his side?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so you can take that down to like
Yeah, like
Japan our towns are relatively small, and each town is like kind of
all the same city, but it's like different parts of town.
Yeah.
Because like. If you have to remember, like I was saying, like over here in New Jersey, a lot of the towns are like really they're cramped right next to each other. They're small, the towns aren't big.
Yeah, no. It's just like we have subdivisions here. They're technically subdivisions, but they're also like kind of already at that city stage.
Do you remember?
Ours here just aren't there yet.
Do you remember when I asked Patrick what the smallest town he had been to was, and he said Guttenberg?
Well, Guttenberg is tiny. It's 3 blocks in length, and our blocks are tiny in comparison to New York.
Yeah, but I'm talking population-wise.
Oh, population-wise, no. Guttenberg is not the smallest by any means.
I've been to towns in Oklahoma where it's like 5 people.
Yeah,
I've been to some towns.
Man. No, but that's the crazy part about Guttenberg.
Church windows were boarded up. And fucking
the only thing that's open is the liquor store and the crack house.
And I can see at the gas station there's like always 2 trucks for some reason, only 2, but there's like 8 people at like 1 in the morning, and that's all you see is just like that
That's when the Oklahoma people thrive. 1 a.m.
Yeah, 1 a.m.
That's
is Oklahoma people time.
That's the crazy thing about Guttenberg, though, is the fact that Guttenberg is this like 3-block city that has barely any like actual space to itself. I mean, it even shares its school system with North Bergen because it's too small to have its own school.
Yeah, but Guttenberg is up, not out.
Yeah, that's my point. It has so many people, given the fact that it's tiny. I mean, part of that's also the fact that the Galaxy buildings, those giant, like co-op buildings.
The ones you were talking about?
They're right.
That's the smallest town Patrick's ever been to.
That's what he said.
Those buildings, even though it's a tiny town, their buildings, their borders encompass.
Yeah, I get it. Chase told me about it, and it sounds like the trippiest shit in the fucking world.
Yeah, that's like space age shit, dude.
Yeah, I know. The Galaxy buildings are nice, but they're fucking expensive to live in, and like they're massive.
Yeah, because they overlook the city, dude.
Yeah,
and they're like sustaining.
They're crazy.
They have amenities too, so you have to pay like high end maintenance. So we're talking like $700 a month.
We have like places where there's like apartments next to like shopping malls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to go outside.
But you have to go out.
You could live in Guttenberg and never go outside.
Yeah. Essentially, you could literally, if you wanted to, you could
even. See how he thinks that's normal.
See, that's
See
not
how
like,
his fucking face thinks that's normal.
That's not okay.
That's not a normal thing that most people in this country experience.
No, I'm not saying it's a good. I'm not saying it's positive. What I'm saying is that it's plausible and it's happening. It's being used.
If I'm gonna tell you a story.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna ask you to imagine, or here. So when I worked at the business where I grew pot, I'm not gonna like name it. It was all legal. It was in Oklahoma, this town. I'll name the town. Anyone's free to look it up. Stillwell.
Nice.
There was this gas station that I would go. And I would get like energy drinks in the morning sometimes. But one day I went after lunch. And it was like, and my lunch was relatively early. It was like noon by the time we were heading back to work. And so he went by the gas station, was waiting in line. There were 2 guys in front of us. Everyone knows each other. So everyone at like gas stations pissed me off because everything's supposed to be quick.
Yeah.
Every single customer had to have a 25-minute conversation with the cashier.
Because they all knew each other.
Yeah. Like, it's insane. It pissed me off so much because, like, gas stations and fast food places should be quick. Like, you don't stop and talk in the drive-thru.
Right.
But they just whole different world.
So, it's funny. So, when the first time me and Wilson went upstate together, right, I had to teach him how to pump his own gas.
Okay, because they don't do that.
We're the only state that has that still, because Oregon already changed it.
But Wilson had never learned how to do
Oregon,
that.
I had to
so we stopped somewhere in upstate New York.
But Oregon changed it. They don't do it anymore.
Yeah, they don't do it anymore.
Oh,
that would have been really bad when we were there, because that guy gave us a massive
advice. That guy gave good advice,
So I had to teach Wilson. I had to teach Wilson how to pull the nozzle out of the thing.
Yeah.
And put it in the thing and like pump it and like I had to teach him how to pump gas. He's older than me.
It's fucking hilarious.
I thankfully like I know how to do it because I did it when I was younger, but I still feel very like self-conscious about doing it. I feel like I'm fucking up. So,
I feel fucking weird when somebody else is doing it for me.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah.
I tip them too. Are you supposed to tip them?
No, you're not supposed to. You can if you want to, but
I don't because they carry themselves like a bunch of cotton-headed nitty muggins.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's an intense term.
Yeah, I don't take that back at all.
He says that nicely, people, but that's what he says when he thinks people are the worst insult you can possibly imagine.
They're not all of them are dickheads, but a vast majority they just have an easy job, so they just don't care. And so it's like a lot of them don't deserve to be tipped. A lot of them do. Originally, what they used to do here,
jobs. People in New Jersey need to learn how to pump their own gas.
What they originally used to do here to kind of make it worthwhile, a lot of gas stations.
One of those jobs, like at Walmart, how they just have like disabled people to greet you.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah, it is. Greeters. You have greeters. Yeah.
Don't reflect the views of this
podcast. No, that's a true statement. Look it up. They hire people with disabilities. Like, I mean, like legit.
They need jobs.
Jobs, exactly. They need jobs, and all they have to do is say hello to people when they walk into Walmart,
and goodbye,
and occasionally check the receipt if they're like walking out all sketchy like. You know,
and, I mean, originally, what gas station attendees used to do here before, like because they fill up your car, so they'd also like give you a free like windshield wiping. They would do, and that's how they would get their tips. Like they'd come over and without you asking, they just clean your windshield.
That's what I'm saying. Like do something nice.
I don't like them. I don't care.
But no, anyways, can we get back to the Stillwell conversation because I actually didn't finish.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I was in that gas station waiting in line. These two people that were in front of us got up for their turn, and she was like, and the gas station lady, who I'm not making fun of her people. This is just the best impression that I can do.
Of her people.
Hey guys, you got off work early today. She sounded like a fucking horror movie character. Like, I shit you not. It was so terrifying. Anyways, she had like 18 teeth. Like that's like a real number. Like half her teeth. Anyways, she's like, you guys are here from work early today. And she's like, yeah. The guys were like, yeah, a piece of equipment broke, so they sent the crackheads home. And then they like laughed and high-fived each other and giggled and bought a lighter to go do some crack. Seriously? And that was just like accepted small talk in the town of Stillwell.
That was just like, yeah, cool. Do your crack.
That is the small talk. There was a section, I used to go to this diner every day where I'd go for lunch. Yeah. And Brenda, the sweetest old lady, but I had to pass this section of town where there was nothing but trailers that had like walls missing with like tarps over them, and they were sitting on like cinder blocks. And you'd think that was like the junkyard or something, but no, it was a neighborhood that people lived in.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And so I just like whole nother world in that part of.
Yeah, no, I agree. There are very big distinctions between where you live in the United States, and I mean
they would if I told them about the Galaxy Tower. That was the initial point.
The Galaxy Towers. The thing is, I don't necessarily agree with them. I feel like obviously the people that live in those towers have more, like they get to know each other as well. But it basically works as its own like town. Like I get it.
But
the fact that there's a
space station,
it's the fact that there's a town
and shoot it into space, and they would be fine.
Well, those people's concept of a town is what I just described to you: living in destroyed trailers and joking about smoking crack at the gas station.
Right.
That is, and working 4-hour days.
Right.
Yeah, they don't.
The thing is, like, that's their concept of a town. And if I described to them a town that was nothing but like 3 vertical buildings connected to each other that were completely self-sustainable for like how many people live in them? Like,
you could look it up. I'm not sure.
I think it's like 10,000, dude.
10,000.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see.
That's like 100 times.
That's 100 Oklahoma towns.
That's 100 Stillwells.
I'm not even shitting.
I'm looking it up right now. Galaxy Towers. Population.
Go ahead and look up the population of Stillwell, Oklahoma, too, because it was a decent size, but it was still.
So here it says. 1 second. Where the fuck does it say it now? The towers were built in 1976 by a partnership of Norman Belfer, a Long Island developer who owned another high-rise in Guttenberg. It began as a rental. It began as a rental apartment complex, but converted to condos in 1980. It contains a mixture of condominiums, retail, and office space, including 1,075 apartments. And as of the 2010 census, 1/5 of Guttenberg's residents live in the Galaxy complex.
So 1/5 of the entire of what's the place called?
Guttenberg. Look up how many people live in Guttenberg.
1/5 of Guttenberg lives.
And we'll do math after that. Jesus Christ!
It's just 20%. You just divide it by 5.
Guttenberg has a town size, has a population of 11,326 people as of 2018.
So it's like.
But as of 2010, it was basically the same.
So it's probably exactly the number it said, like 1,075.
For the apartments?
It's like 2,000 people, I think.
It's going to be around. It's going to be like almost 2,000 people because it's a fifth.
Roughly. Yeah, the Galaxy Towers have.
That's fucking crazy.
So 1/5 of the people live in the.
Think about how many fucking people that is.
That's almost about the same as like Stillwell though.
Yeah, Stillwell. Let's find out. Stillwell, Oklahoma. You said.
1,000, like it's probably actually going to be higher. It's probably going to be like 3,000. There's like a decent amount of people there, but they just it's terrible, that town. God, there's like literally like in their downtown area, like there's like buildings that are like boarded up and spray painted all over because they're just like not.
Stillwell has a population of 4,044 people.
Yeah, 4,000.
So yeah, Guttenberg still beats the population size.
But it was still like a shitty, small, like compared to New York, it's a very small town.
Yeah, but to give you an idea, let me see if I can actually give you the radius of Guttenberg, just so that you see how like you know how big it is. Because it's
like 3 blocks. I imagine that's like almost 2 acres.
The town's population, there's 57. It was the most densely populated incorporated municipality. As well as one of the most densely populated municipalities worldwide. Only 4 blocks wide, Guttenberg has been variously ranked as the 9th smallest town or municipality in the state.
Give me it in a square mile ratio.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find. Total area, 243 square miles.
0.243. So like almost a fifth of a mile.
Yeah, so that's in land. So it has a total of 196 square miles in land.
Like a fourth. I guess it's like a fourth.
Wait, all of Guttenberg is this?
Is 1/4 of a mile.
Is 1/4 of a mile.
All of Guttenberg. 0.4.
And 11,000 people live in a fourth of 1 mile.
That's okay. So basically, you've described my neighborhood. It seems like.
You know what that is?
Like that's like this here and that there.
Yeah.
So yeah, Guttenberg and
Guttenberg. That's like our square block here.
That's the total area, but in terms of land, it only has 196 square miles, and then water 0.0447 square miles.
So 0.196. So a fifth, 1/5.
Yeah.
Of a mile. 1/5 of a mile. That's insane.
And that's how 11,000 people live there.
Elevation of 194 feet.
Yeah, Stillwell is like one of the largest counties.
How many people do you think live in this neighborhood?
In this neighborhood?
In this, like, what would be the equivalent?
I'm gonna say when you say our neighborhood, you mean this one, the people across the street, and like the block and the thing behind them.
What would be the equivalent of Guttenberg?
I think it'd be like this full. Like if you go a full round, you know where that next second turn in is.
Yeah.
Brings you all the way back around.
Yeah.
It'd be that full square.
Okay. And
I think maybe like 60.
I would say like 60 or 70.
Yeah.
Yeah. 60 or 70 people live here. What 11,000 people live there.
Yeah. Both places are about the same size, and 11,000 people are crammed in.
More comfortable.
But like I said, 1/5 of that population lives in the Galaxy complex, in the Galaxy Towers, and
like 2,000 people.
Yeah, exactly. So
or something.
That's insane, just to think about, like the fact that.
Yeah, no, retarded.
But I mean, Guttenberg's. I don't even think it's like one of the tiniest towns in the U.S., but it definitely. I mean, you can walk across it in like a couple minutes. It's not even a big deal.
Yeah, no, it's not.
But I miss going to Stillwell, genuinely. That was an interesting little.
You know what I miss?
There were so many dogs just wandering around.
You know what I miss? Rape Boulevard.
Stillwell's pretty close to that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Rape Boulevard was like all the way across Oklahoma. You had to drive that far all day? Every day?
Well, no. So where we start, because Rape Boulevard started in Maddow.
Yeah.
And it made it all the way to Ardmore.
Yeah. Well, if there are any people in those towns listening to this, I highly doubt it. Then we're not insulting your place. It just looks.
We drove through it
very rapey, and creepy.
We drove through it very intoxicated.
I've never been intoxicated in my life. Nobody intoxicated.
We weren't driving intoxicated. Like there was a person driving us who were intoxicated,
but they were also maybe a little intoxicated.
Less than us.
But you don't endorse
just a little
Except for when,
anyways,
less than us. Remember when Kevin screamed, "I'm
Shut up. We drove 7 hours basically in a circle and came back in the morning. It was like a 7-hour round trip because we drove across Texas up into Oklahoma to Madill, went back across Oklahoma to 35, came down into Denton and took 380 back into McKinney. And we just basically made a giant square.
Yeah.
But if we would have gone right at Madill instead of left, or east instead of west,
that would have been Stillwell?
It would have taken us to Stillwell, yeah.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
I was gonna send you a photo, Chase. 1 second. Of the galaxy buildings from a different perspective, just so you could see how much space they encompass. Let me see if I can, because it's just, I don't know, man. Like, just even looking at it is insane.
No, dude, there's some insane like architectural design in general. Like, it's very simple here in we live in Texas. Any listeners, I guess. You live in Texas, and it's a very simple design. I can go almost anywhere in Texas, and even if my phone dies and the GPS is like gone, I can find my way to a highway, and I know at least one place where that highway will reach.
Mm-hmm.
That makes any sense?
It does.
Oh, that's trippy.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know how it differs in New Jersey, but like,
and here's Guttenberg. Here's an image of the map, just so you can see how much space it actually takes up.
Okay.
Because all the water it encompasses is actually from the Hudson.
Oh, wow. And so like, basically, if I just sliced it into 5 things.
See all that? That's New York City over there.
Okay.
That's just the side of Manhattan. That's just Hell's Kitchen right there. Yeah. Or actually, no, that's not Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, that's like
literally like a mile long and like 4 miles wide.
That's like nothing.
Or no, it's not. It's not even this point. It's like one.
Yeah, that's nothing.
That's yeah.
I like how far it extends into the river.
Yeah, that's where all the water comes from. Where do you think that water?
Actually, yeah, it extends more into the river than it is wide.
Yeah, actually, it does.
That's hilarious.
And the funny thing is, Guttenberg's actually like kind of old in relation to some of the other towns. Like Union City, which borders it, is from 1925. North Bergen, I forgot what year, and then Guttenberg is from 1880. So it's older, and it's still that tiny. And even back in 1880, it used to have like 1,000, 2,000 people living in it back then. So, although I don't know if Guttenberg's borders extended farther south, and then Union City just took them.
Jacob's doing some weird things with his hands.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, most of the towns around here have been like, I think the Union City area used to be part of Hoboken, or it was called something.
Yeah,
Hoboken.
I remember hearing that. It was like Northern Hoboken or something.
Yeah, it's not that old. Actually, I could probably figure it out right here, like Union City.
My grandma was really into history, right?
Yeah.
She was taking me around up there, and she was like, "See this road? This is where George Washington went. He like stopped at that inn over there, and then there's like a little inn." That's what I'll say. Like, that area is super cool in history. I remember you remember Grady from high school, Joseph?
McGady.
McGady.
Yeah, I have him as friends on Facebook.
He told me, so we're sitting there in the history class, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, Newport Mall?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And he's like, that's where Henry Hudson landed.
Oh, shit.
Like, he just like sailed up there. Like, that's like a big piece of history. That guy.
I didn't even know. I mean, I know who Henry Hudson is. I didn't know that he landed in that area.
Yeah, he landed at Newport Mall.
Hilarious.
It was like half a mile from us. He's like this like famous explorer dude who like.
Actually, no. Yeah, here it even says it. It says
after him in Canada, that giant dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that famous explorer dude landed like half a mile from there.
It actually says.
Then,
It actually says here that the area of what is today Union City was originally inhabited by the Munsee-speaking branch of Lenape Native Americans, who wandered into the vast woodland area encountered by Henry Hudson during the voyages he conducted from 1609 to 1610 for the Dutch, who later claimed the area, which included the future New York City, and named it New Netherland.
Yeah.
And the portion of the land that included the future Hudson County was purchased from members of the Hackensack tribe of the Lenni Lenape and became part of Pavonia New Netherlands. Sorry.
I saw this like time lapse in a museum up there.
Yeah.
About what New York City used to look like before there was like any buildings on it to when there was buildings on it, and man, we fucked it up.
It was it was basically a giant forested swamp. Several areas were swampish. That's why it's so humid in here, just naturally. And so, I mean, yeah, but we've basically, industrialized and
we took a giant steaming shit on it.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't mind living in these areas because I was born and raised here, so it's just
yeah. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Right? Like it's not. I don't know. I just think maybe there should be no buildings and we should all be living in huts, flinging shit at each other.
I don't know if we should take it that far back, but like
we should.
We should all kind of. I think like a homestead lifestyle is all what we should.
I think we should be out in huts bashing each other's brains in with rocks.
I think we should have like log cabins.
Those were the fucking days.
And we should be, tending to our small crop field, and
we should. Our biggest fear should be saber-toothed tigers.
Yeah, here it says Union City was incorporated on June 1st, 1925, by merging the two towns of West Hoboken and Union Hill. And Union Hill obviously doesn't exist anymore. Because
uniting, but that probably means they murdered.
Yeah, they merged it. It stopped in 25. Yeah, I don't know what.
Thanks, dude.
Oh, okay, that's a little bit later, but still, probably.
You would have heard about that.
But yeah, so like Union City only started existing in 1925. North Bergen, I think, is older. I think that one's roughly like from the 1800s, roughly, or maybe I might even be wrong about that. Might be.
I will say the one thing I miss.
Yeah.
About that area, one big thing is like when you're down here, everything is pretty like, I don't want to say uniform, but when you're up there, you can tell where the mob spots are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, oh, like some made guys hang out there.
Well, yeah, I basically live in the
There's
areas.
No mob spots down here.
I live in the area that I live in is basically the area from The Sopranos, like all of it essentially.
Yeah.
Is the setting for The Sopranos.
Well, when he's in the intro, he's on the New Jersey Turnpike.
He's on the New Jersey Turnpike. He's driving by the Meadowlands. He's
taking he's taking the toll ticket.
Yeah, he is.
My favorite thing. I cringe every time. I hate the people at the New Jersey tolls. I've never been nice to them.
There's no reason to be. But
no, they're fucking assholes. You guys, look. The roads that are right off the New Jersey Turnpike are terrible.
Yeah, I know.
They are potholes. There's and they take the tolls to fix the roads, and the roads don't get fixed. So what are they doing with the tolls?
That's true. But I mean, they do also fix some of the infrastructure within the actual towns that those areas encompass. Like recently, I don't know if you were here for that when they repaved my street. Were you? I think they were, right?
I was there when they repaved Summit.
Yeah. They did that too, which Summit was a fucking mess. And Hoboken, they used to make fun of Washington Street because of how fucking bad it was. And then when you were living up here, they coincidentally were repaving it because people were just fucking outraged about it.
Dude, the longboarding spots around that area are so good. Mm-hmm. There's nothing better than longboarding there. Do you remember it was 17th Street to 28th Street? Okay,
yeah, that's where I fell.
Wow. And it was a clean hill. Right, and then there was the other side of 17th Street went all the way to just to Leonard Street. Okay, a little longboarding talk for you here. So that's about 19 or 20 blocks of a pure hill. I mean, you had to dodge traffic, but it was awesome. Oh man, it was so good. And you didn't have to get off the board. You could just ride the hill the whole way. It was so cool. Mm-hmm. But I do remember 17th to 28th Street because there wasn't too much traffic. There were a little bit of speed bumps, but they were the smooth over speed bumps that you could ride over, right? And you really got hauling on it. That's when you fell off the board, Joseph. Do you remember?
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I fell off the board
Joseph
that time.
Looked at me. We're in the middle of I don't know. We're 20 seconds.
I already know that look.
Okay.
Oh shit!
And it was one of the first times that Joseph had longboarded. It was the first time he longboarded down that hill, and the first time he was bombing a hill. And he looked over at me, and not only did he have a look of terror in his eyes, he goes, "Chase, help me!" And I said to him, I go, "Nothing I can do." Joseph hit this speed bump and just flew off and slid.
No, I didn't slid. I rolled. Remember?
You slid first.
No, I rolled.
You were on it, dude. You went a whole block.
I went shoulder. I know, but I went shoulder first. I remember ducking shoulder first, and I rolled
through the air.
Yeah.
And you just landed on the next block, and I audibly heard you just go, "Ow!"
Yeah, no, that fucking did hurt. But I was wearing like that fucking leather jacket because it was like still the winter, so I was fine. I didn't get too badly fucked up, but my board just kept going. I went like across the street and went under a parked car.
I remember that.
It was at least it didn't fucking break, but it hit the sidewalk with an audible like thud.
Do you know how many times I've had a board just keep going and end up in a gutter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no! Thankfully, it didn't for me. I would have fucking killed
New York,
myself.
that'd be way worse than it is here.
What's that?
I said in New York that'd be way worse than it is here.
Yeah,
trying to get my board out of the gutter.
Honestly, if I gotta be honest with you, Chase, I don't know if you can attest to this, but like I gotta say, longboarding in New York City and Manhattan, it might actually be way more efficient given how wide the streets are, and the fact that you can also use like the bike lanes.
I will say, I'll say this about Texas compared to there is here you have to find a place to longboard.
Yeah.
There you can go like I used to longboard to your place all the time.
Yeah.
And it was like fine. You couldn't do that here. You have to drive. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's give and take, but I think that like I have seen both of you wipe out fucking viciously.
We also got to remember North Bergen. I mean, that didn't happen in North Bergen. That was in Union City, but North Bergen is also like considered one of the hilliest cities. I don't know if in the whole country, but around here.
Well, I wouldn't take some of those hills in North Bergen.
Yeah.
You'll die.
Yeah, you will die.
You'll die. You almost actually can't even drive up them with a car.
They're extremely steep.
Go to my house. Yeah. You remember my dad's house?
Yeah.
You remember that? Right after you come off of Hardin, you're going up, and then there's that first. Remember, like the weird, like entrance to my neighborhood where it would look like there was like the turning. You had to go past it. Remember that hill?
Yeah.
I used to bomb that hill on my longboard, and it wasn't a very long hill, but it was a super steep, windy hill.
The ones in North Bergen, are seriously, dude. I'm not even shitting you.
Damn.
You cannot park a car on them. It'll start rolling backwards.
Some of them do. Like there's some houses. You know those roads that like up on by 70 something street that take you down a tunnel.
Yeah.
So those are extremely like hill. They're like basically at an incline like this, and there are houses that are built on those hills. People live on those inclines.
Like,
it's insane.
Like I'm from Washington State, and like growing up in Southern Valley, like we have people who like you saw those hills. I used to longboard those hills.
Not like this.
No.
Really? Do you remember that hill that led up to Mario?
Dude, I'm not shitting you. It is voted the second hilliest town in America.
Okay. That's actually a myth because I looked it up recently. But there is no list, so we don't know if that's actually true or not. But
I have not been to San Francisco, but I think that one's North Bergen. That one part of North Bergen, not all of North Bergen. That one part where it goes to Tunnelly. These roads are not.
No, the ones that go down to Tunnelly, because Tunnelly is such a low altitude that you basically just have to do a quick dip. There's no other way to like get down. Like they can't do like a gradual like hill or anything of that nature. The only feasible way to do it is using those kinds of hills.
Yeah. The other side of that exact same hill uses an elevator to get down.
Yeah, it does.
There's an elevator on the top by the sidewalk, and you have to elevator down. It's so steep. And on the other side, it's still crazy steep, but they just built roads instead of an elevator. Like they probably should have just built an elevator.
Even like there's an elevator for people walking or your car?
Walking.
Okay.
With the car, you have to go around, and there's a super sharp hill that goes down. And what's that one by the movie theater? You know what I'm talking about, Joseph?
Which one? Which movie theater?
The one in Edgewater.
Oh yeah, they closed that movie theater. That's what I was wondering. I think you're thinking of Gorge.
You know that road that goes down there?
Yeah, I think you're talking about Gorge Road. Or no, are you talking about the one in North Bergen or the one up by Cliffside?
I think the one in North Bergen, the super steep one that you guys always bet me to like drive down.
Oh yeah. No, that's the Hill of Death. That's by Braddock Park. It's in North Bergen. It's on 80th roughly.
It's called the Hill of Death.
And then there's another one called Gorge Road, but that one isn't as steep.
I'm dead serious. If you went down that on a longboard, you would 100% die.
Oh damn!
I'm not even.
Let me see if I can actually pull it up. I'm gonna get on the map, and
it's terrible, like driving down it.
It's too steep, dude. Like there's just no way that you can survive.
There's no point of it.
You'll die.
scary.
There's no if, ands, ors about it. You'll die. You'll kick it.
That's what I don't like about the light rail. Okay, the only stop is on Bergen Line, and everything else is down by where the rich people live. So the poor people have to take buses.
Yeah, basically, you're not wrong about that. That is pretty
accurate.
All
the light rail stops are down by the water, where all like the people that like commute and like the they have like nice cushy jobs in the city, and then all the people that actually live like in the area. Yeah, they have to stay up at the top of the hill.
Oh damn!
And there's one light rail stop in all like 90 blocks or whatever it is.
Jeez.
So it looks innocent enough from like here.
Oh.
Like I don't know if you guys can see that.
Not particularly.
Here, I'll send you the address so you can go through it.
See.
Here, I'll share the link and you can see it on Instagram. You have Google Earth, right? I assume.
I don't know.
Here, I'll send it to you on and you can go through it. Here, I just sent it to you. I think that's the one you were talking about. I assume so.
What did you send it to me on?
Instagram. I shared a link, so when you open it, it should take you to.
I actually don't have Google Earth, but that's making me. What's the hill called?
It's called Bulls Ferry Road.
In Union City?
North Bergen. Yeah. Bulls Ferry Road.
Bullshitting Road?
Bulls Ferry Road. Ferry as in like a boat ferry.
I think they're spelt the same.
No,
it's F-A.
Bulls. I almost spelled Ferret Road, North Bergen, New Jersey.
If you want a specific number, it's 8204.
No, that's fine. It's Zoom. Oh my god, it's scary. Okay.
It loops around a building, like the foundation of a building.
This doesn't do it justice. Like it's not. Wait, hold on. That still doesn't show how steep it is.
I mean, like I can see though. It's very long too. It looks.
See how it descends into nothingness?
Yeah.
So if you were to start here.
Oh yeah, go to the very top and look down.
Look. Because look, there's this.
Oh yeah, I think that's what he showed us was that shot right there.
See that turn there? That's like, oh my god. See, it zooms when you don't want it to zoom. But see that turn? That's just like, and there's a blind turn, and then it just goes to nowhere.
Yeah, it's insane. I've actually walked up that road. I've tried biking up it, and it's hell. It is actual hell. Like it is. I mean, if you want,
find one of these ones down to Tunnelly.
If you want a Hulk size, look up the Dairy Queen on Kennedy Boulevard. That's by where those hills are.
I'm on 80th Street. That's kind of where they are.
Yeah.
A little bit. See how it just like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember even in the area that we were in when I visited, there was a lot of like neighborhoods, just like when you went off that main road, like everything was on a downward slope.
Yeah, just.
If you want to be honest, most of where we live, like it's kind of just it's based on a cliff. Because if you go towards Edgewater, which is the east side facing New York, you have to go down to access it. And then if you want to go to the Tunnelly side west of North Bergen, you have to go down a hill to access it.
Well, see, it's interesting that you say that. 'Cause, like I've never really thought about it, but like. You know, like you got those Palisades up there and stuff like that. That area geographically does have like a very like edge. I mean, like cliffside feel.
Yeah.
Well, one of the towns is literally called Cliffside.
I guess like because there's this town in Arkansas because I lived in like northwest Arkansas, really close to the border of Missouri.
Yeah.
And like the southern part of Missouri and that northern part of Arkansas, it has this weird like cliffy kind of canyon. Area, and it's really weird driving those roads because they like zigzag up cliffs and stuff. And
well, even my building where I live,
see the similarity in like the how they build their towns to how New York is built.
Yeah,
a lot of like split roads and stuff that like go one. Yeah,
because they have to accommodate just the obstacles that we already have here. I mean, like there's really not much they can do to engineer the land to fit the conveniences. Like they have to work around it. Even my building is sitting on top of a cliff. Like you know that, Chase. You've seen it, so you know.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's not fun to climb up that, by the way. But like, it's everything up here is just known for being hilly and on a cliff. I mean, one of the towns is literally named Cliffside Park. So, that's New York for you.
Hey, Joseph.
Yeah.
I have to get up early in the morning, so I'm gonna go.
That's cool, guys. Well, anyhow.
All right.
It's been fun talking to you guys. Thanks for listening to the 54 podcast, guys. Anybody watching, and you'll see us again with episode 11 next week, I assume. So,
goodbye.
See you soon. Hasta luego.